constituency test. So let's now apply some test. Already we have seen many tests which we applied on constituent of the sentence. Let's see them in a different process. So text consists of sentences, and that each sentence clause consists of further constituents and can be broken into noun phrase and verb phrase, and then verb phrase into noun phrase and verb phrase. So verb phrase consists of verb and noun phrase. So after verb there can be other constituents. However, one thing we must know that all these constituents are very closely knitted. They belong to us, to their own constituents. We cannot take one constituent from one part and other from the other and then combine them. So the immediate constituent of the sentence, clause, noun, verb phrase, and those of the verb phrase are considered to be the main constituent of the syntactic analysis. So if we are to make an analysis of the sentence, we look at the noun phrase and verb phrase, and then out of the verb phrase, verb and noun phrase. So they may be involved in a number of processes which change the appearance of a basic sentence pattern. Generally, we look at the sentence pattern with noun phrase, verb and noun phrase, or in other way we can say subject, verb, object or complement or an adverb. But there are certain processes which can shift the place of these constituents. However, one thing that needs to be known is that one constituent goes completely to another place. It moves completely to the other place or comes completely from the other place. It doesn't happen that half of the constituent is left at one place and half is at the other place. So these processes always affect complete constituents and thus enable the student of language to discover what the constituent of sentences are, right? We'll just see that what we are talking about the constituents. So let's take the sentence we have been discussing. The snake killed the rat and it swallowed it. We know that the belongs to snake, not to the killed, and the second, the determiner or article belongs to rat and not to the and similarly swallowed has its noun phrase as it. So every constituent belongs to another words, or either it's alone. So we have argued this sentences have structure and not just simply string of words which occur in a random order. We have talked too much about the structure of the sentence and very firmly now established that the different components of the sentence or different constituent of the sentence are arranged in a certain order, right? They do not occur randomly. The words do not just follow each other like the beads on a string, that you can bring any bead, right? You have to look for a certain order. The words of a sentence are strictly organized internally. There is an underlying pattern internally. Word, phrases, what type of phrases? One phrase agrees with another phrase, so the agreement must be established and known, right? Which agrees with which. For example, the verb agrees with the subject, right? So all these things are known, and we make their agreement very in a certain order and very consciously. For example, the goes with snake rather than with killed. I've just talked about. So it associated with swallowed and so and so. So all these constituents belong to, and all of these constituents form one unit. The item in a text are organized and have a certain structure. So sentences are hierarchically organized: word, phrase, clause and sentence into different constituents, sentence into clauses, clauses into words, and words into morphemes. So this order must be kept in mind because all these constituents undergo certain tests, and we can be sure that these group of words or word makes a certain constituent. And as we talked about different processes, we can bring we can pick up one constituent from one place and put it at another place. One thing that needs to be known, that we pick the whole constituent, we do not divide it.